Hello, my dear NBA betting friends. Hope all of you are doing fantastic on this Thursday, April the 6th. We got 5 games on tonight's schedule. As usual, we're going to break down all these games and see if we can come up with something to play, see if we can find an edge in these numbers, these games that we're going to be looking at. Just 4 days left in the regular season. I know things have been very, very tough these last couple of weeks with these huge line movements back and forth, players in and out of the lineups. But we're going to try our best to see if we can take advantage of the information that we got and come up with some winners. Guys, I am doing this video a little earlier than I usually do, but don't worry. I am going to do an updated video later on in the day when I get more information. So, guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to get the alert when my videos come on. So, with that being said, guys, let's get started. In our first game of the night, guys, we've got the Cleveland Cavs in Orlando taking on the Magic. The Orlando Magic currently 7.5-point favorites. I had Orlando estimated as a 7-point favorite. A very high line. The Orlando Magic favorite in this ball game, even though Cleveland is the better ball club. Obviously, guys, there are a lot of things going on the injury report. I did take a look to see what is going on, who's going to be missing for Cleveland, and from the looks of it, their top 6 players are not going to be playing in this game. Donovan Mitchell, Jarrett Allen, Darius Garland, Caris LeVert, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro, all these players are not going to be playing for Cleveland in this ball game. The Orlando Magic guys are going to be playing everybody. Their injury report looks clean other than Jonathan Isaac, who has been out with a hamstring strain. He's been out. Won't make any difference for them. The Orlando Magic guys, we know, are playing every single game out, looking for wins, playing their young guys, regular rotation, and they're just going for W's. They don't care if they're not making the playoffs, the play-in tournament, any of that. They're playing every game like they should be, like every team should be. No tanking and going for W's. The Orlando Magic in this game, guys, 7.5 points. I think is fine. I will be looking to take a bet with them here with the 7.5. Usually, I don't like betting these kinds of spots. We do see a lot of surprises usually, but the Orlando Magic guys, since I know that they're a team that doesn't tank and they're going for W's, nothing will change in their mindset. So I think obviously they do have the superior ball club. These two teams played just a couple nights ago, and Orlando barely lost that game by 4 with all of Cleveland's starters in. So in this game, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Orlando won and covered this 7.5-point spread. In our second ball game of the night, guys, we got the Miami Heat in Philadelphia taking on the Sixers. Philadelphia currently a 4-point favorite. I had Philadelphia favored by 2.5. The reason for this lower line estimate, guys, is because Philadelphia doesn't have any incentive to win this ball game. They are pretty much locked into the 3rd spot in the East. They can't move up. They can't go down. They are locked in the 3rd spot. Whereas Miami, guys, currently in 7th place, a game and a half behind Brooklyn. They still have chances to somehow move up to that 6th spot. So the motivation is definitely with Miami in this game. The reason why this line to me is a little strange, I think with Miami definitely wanting to win a lot more than Philadelphia, I thought the line would be a lot closer to my estimate. It's not. Taking a look at the injury report, I see there are some names on the list. Philadelphia has 3 players, 3 regulars: PJ Tucker with a calf issue, D'Anthony Melton with a calf issue, and Tyrese Maxey with a neck issue. To me, this looks more like a rest than anything. I don't think these players have any real problems. The only real motivation that Philadelphia has in this game is to get Joel Embiid some big numbers so he can possibly get that MVP award. James Harden is going to be in there to feed him balls to get assists, and for Joel to score and get a W. Miami, guys, also has a couple of players on the injury report, important ones. Obviously, Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry. They're both listed as questionable. They might hold these players out, guys. After Brooklyn won in Detroit, the 1.5 game lead with 3 left, it is going to make it a little tough for Miami. They might be preparing for the play-in tournament, but mathematically, they still have a shot to move up. In my opinion, guys, in this game, I am going to be looking to take a bet with Philadelphia here on the money line. I wouldn't be surprised if closer to game time this line does drop, especially if Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry end up playing, or one of the two. But I do think Philadelphia will get this game for Joel. They really want him to get this MVP. And guys, from the looks of it, he does have a good shot. I think it's going to be between him and Giannis. But it will be interesting to see who ends up getting this award. But for this game, guys, I am looking for Philly to win this ball game. I'm going to be taking them with the money line. Just pay the little extra juice. Hopefully, close towards game time, we won't have to, and the line will drop a bit. In our next ball game, we got the Portland Trailblazers in San Antonio taking on the Spurs. The Spurs currently 2-point favorites. I had San Antonio favored by 5 in this game. My estimate, guys, obviously 3 points off. I had to look into it and see why this is, since I know that Portland is playing with a bunch of G League guys. San Antonio is rotating the regulars in and out. They have had a very poor season. We know this. They are 20-59 on the season. I think I found the clue, guys. I did look at the standings, and I see that they are 20-59, and Houston is 20-60. We know the team that finishes with the worst record between these two will get more ping pong balls in the draft lottery. These two teams have not been tanking for no reason. They are going to be looking to get as many chances, better opportunity in order to land that top spot. We all know all these teams, Detroit, San Antonio, Houston, are after the French guy, Victor Wembanyama. And the way to get him is by increasing your chances. So in this game, guys, San Antonio, I think, definitely does not win this game. But the books, obviously, I don't think could favor Portland. It would look a little too obvious. In my opinion, guys, this game is looking very good for a bet with Portland. It's currently at +2. I know it looks scary betting on these G League guys, but I think Pop is going to do everything in his power to lose this game. In the next game of the night, guys, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder in Salt Lake City taking on the Utah Jazz. Oklahoma City currently 5.5-point favorite. I had Oklahoma City favored by 7 in this game, 1.5 lower than my estimate. This line, guys, you could say it is a little low if you take into consideration the importance of this ball game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have 2 games left on their schedule. This game against Utah, and in the last game of the regular season against Memphis. They are currently deadlocked with the Dallas Mavericks. They have an identical 38-42 record. Oklahoma City does have the tiebreaker, though. If you look at Dallas' schedule, guys, the last 2 games that they have left at home against Chicago, and then the last game of the season against San Antonio, which looks like 2 wins for the Mavericks. These 2 games definitely harder for Oklahoma City. This is a must-win for the Thunder if they are to have any chances to make it to the postseason. Memphis, we know, has locked up the 2nd spot. They can easily get that win on their home floor in the last game of the season, but first things first, they got to beat the Jazz. Guys, in my opinion, for the importance of this ball game, I think this line is a little low, the 5.5 points. I do expect this line to get bet up closer towards game time. I think a lot of people will be piling in on the Thunder over here, especially if you look at the injury report. Also, the Utah Jazz are going to be playing with a lot of important players. Going to be playing without a lot of important players, that is. Lauri Markkanen, Kessler, Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, which came back for the previous game against the Lakers, is not going to play in this ball game, so they're going to be missing all their top guys. A great opportunity for Oklahoma City, which makes this line, guys, extremely, extremely suspect to me. If this line going into game time looks like this or gets bet up shortly to a -6 or -6.5 max, I will be looking for a bet on Utah here. I think this does look a little bit suspect. Could be a trap bet. Oklahoma City should be going in there and winning comfortably. The bookies are giving us a small line, though. Kind of makes you think. And in our last ball game, guys, we got the Denver Nuggets in Phoenix taking on the Suns. Phoenix currently a 6.5-point favorite. I had Phoenix favored by 7.5. Phoenix, guys, the hottest team in the NBA, have won 6 straight ball games, playing tremendous basketball. No injuries, a clean bill of health for Phoenix. They have locked up the 4th spot in the West, which means home court advantage in the first round. Everything is just going according to plan for the Phoenix Suns. They're going to be heading into the postseason with a lot of momentum. Denver, first in the West, 2.5 game lead over second place Memphis. As crazy as this sounds, this game is a little more important to Denver than it is for Phoenix. Denver still hasn't mathematically locked up the top spot, even though Memphis just has a couple of games left. Denver has 3 games left. They need to win at least one of those remaining 3 in order to lock up the top spot, or 1 Memphis loss, which does mean that this game is more important for Denver. If there's a possibility, that means there's a chance, and they can't leave anything to chance. But if we look over here, guys, in this game, the injury report is not looking that great for Denver. Nikola Jokic is back on, listed as questionable. with a calf injury that held them out of 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 games, before coming back in the team's previous ball game against Houston, the big blowout loss on the road to the last place Houston Rockets. Just a very embarrassing loss for Denver in that game. Coach Malone went off on his team, pretty much said if they continue playing like this, a first round exit would not surprise him. The team definitely is not playing that great. In this ball game, guys, Phoenix definitely the favorite in my opinion. They're going to be playing all their guys. I don't see anybody getting any rest in this ball game. Now, later on the injury report, we might have some surprises, even though Phoenix doesn't look like they are going to be giving any of their players rest. In this game, guys, the only way I can look in this ball game is with Phoenix and the -6.5. Obviously, we do have to wait and see if Jokic and or Murray end up playing in this ball game, or they might just sit them out and look to get a win in one of the remaining 2 games, which will be against Utah. Is going to be their next game. They might be eyeing that one instead of this one. They might take this one off and try to hunt a win in the game against Utah. In this ball game, guys, Phoenix definitely the advantage, 6.5 points, but this will be a game that I might have to update later on before tip-off. And this is what I got for you guys on this Thursday, April the 6th, 5-game schedule. Some interesting matchups. We did our analysis, guys. We broke these games down, got our picks, and we are ready to roll. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if I need to update some of these picks with late information coming in, I will do a short little update video later on. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to get the alert when my videos come on. And guys, with that being said, good luck on whatever you decide to bet, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Later.